Taurus. Oh my gosh, you guys. You have been such an amazing part of my life the last couple of years. In fact, I'm wearing PinkLune, my Taurus of my life. Here she is. Check her out in the description box. Hi, Tiffany. So, Taurus, you guys are magic. I love you guys. And I have come to appreciate your energy more and more every year of my life. And the last couple of years, it has just been, you guys have really been my rocks, my rocks. I think I've said this before, but it's really true. Taurus energy, I need your grounding, and you have helped me so much to feel happier and more fulfilled. I have very specific Tauruses in my life who are just amazing and beautiful, and I love you guys. I'm about to tear up because you're just so special. So, April. I'm going to start shuffling. We're going to start talking. April's interesting month. Happy birthday to the Tauruses, the April Tauruses out there. You guys are amazing. It's exciting to head into Taurus season. It's a great time. But before that, the first couple weeks of the month, 2 or 3 weeks of the month, we are really squarely in Aries season, which is your 12th house. 12th house energy is all about the ascension, right? It's the spiritual house. It's where self dissolves and we become one of the whole. It's a really deeply spiritual energy, and often it slows Taurus down a little bit when we hit Aries season. For me, I'm a Leo with a Sag rising, so Aries season is like the most exciting, energizing, wild, rambunctious time, and I just love it and I can eat it up. But for Taurus, it has a different effect. You guys are going to feel that need for a little bit more of internal space just the first couple weeks. And it's interesting too because there's just a lot of energy working in Aries. The beginning of the month we have a new moon in Aries on the 15th. So setting those spiritual intentions, it's a really great refresh energy, that new moon for Taurus. It's going to be amazing actually because it's like pre-birthday, the pre-birthday new moon where you can really think about where you want to take this next year and where you want to put your effort. So it's going to be a beautiful moon for that. We do have Mercury retrograde in your 12th house. Once again, naps, rest, slowing down, respecting yourself. I know we have the theme of setting boundaries and stepping back a little bit where it felt good in March. You're going to be still feeling a little bit of that, but it's not so much that you're going to be setting boundaries with other people. It's more that you're already going to have done that. So now you can just kind of enjoy the spiritual energy of Aries. We also have Chiron, well, for you, 12th house. And then we also have Chiron moving into Aries on the 17th, right? And that is the wounded healer. It's all about our deepest wounds. So you may be finding you're just having really deep dreams about different experiences you've had. It's a great energy to release any old wounds. So I just think it's going to be kind of deep the first half of the month till we hit your birthday season, which is around the 19th, 20th, depending on what time zone you're in and all of that. We hit Taurus season. It's beautiful. And with that comes a little bit more of symbiotic energy. We have Pluto in Capricorn, but he's been in Capricorn for a long time. Pluto hangs out in signs for quite a number of years. He's going retrograde until September 30th. And that is in your 9th house of your philosophy in the world. So it's going to be gentle. It just, you're going to be revamping where you want to take this journey next. Great time for that. And then, of course, we have a big, beautiful full moon in your 7th house, your relational Scorpio opposite sign on the 29th, which is going to be a gorgeous full moon for you guys, for romance, for having beautiful conversations about relationship, for connecting with others. It's just going to highlight all of that, making adjustments anywhere you need to make in your deep personal relationships. And let's see what the note is that I'm saying here, because it's your soul evolution is so important, is what I wrote. Energetic shifts will be prominent, and it's a time of renewal of energy for you guys. And you know what I'm thinking about is, as I'm shuffling here, this just came to mind. the pagan ritual of Beltane is this beautiful time of year. It's the May Queen, right? And Taurus, in so many ways, you are the May Queen. You know, May 1st, May Day. It's the whole celebration of summer coming, of spring, renewal, rebirth. You guys are that energy. And I was just talking to one of my Tauruses. We were talking about how you guys are birth. You are spring. You are the fullness of that rebirth. And Beltane's this beautiful fire festival where the May Queen comes up from being underground all winter. And she is greeted by the green man who has become overgrown and old all winter. And in order for them to join in union and love, she has to kill him and he has to be reborn as a fresh sprig. And then they have the marriage bower and all the creatures. It's beautiful. Oh my gosh, in Edinburgh, they do this beautiful ritual there. I highly recommend anybody who can make it there. But that's what it's making me think about. You know, that is your energy, and you're actually going through it here as we hit Taurus season. And okay, we were going to do 3 sets of 3, but a bonus card came out and I can't wait to show it to you guys. It's the last card. But let's talk about this energy because I've just taken plenty of time working my way through this energy. So what was I saying about you guys feeling maybe tired, having a lot of psychic dreams, slowing down a lot? Here we go. Okay, 2 of Swords. That to me this is always what I say, protective energy. This is protective energy. This is energy that is saying to slow down, look inside, take a deep breath. You're not supposed to be moving on everything all the time. You're not supposed to be wielding these swords and running around. Sometimes we get blinded. Sometimes we get slowed down in order to just listen into our bodies and our beings. And Taurus, you guys know how to do this, so I'm not so worried about you. This is a skill set I think you get. This is here to help you. So like I said, Aries season's an interesting time for you all. Energetically, you are kind of going underground. You kind of are going internal first. And what's interesting here is we have this King of Swords in between 2 more challenged energies. Some of you may be feeling challenged by an air sign. You know, King of Swords is great. It's rational energy. It's cutting through to like trying to find balance and trying to communicate. However, with Taurus energy, like King of Swords isn't always the easiest because this can feel cutting. This can feel stressful. This can feel like too much focused on the words and the movement. It can feel too cerebral for like what you're trying to get done. And so I do feel too like there's still that pullback. Like don't let any of these kind of personalities get in your head too much. Because they may make you feel a little bit crazy, you know? So that's, you know, maybe leftovers from the March boundary setting where you needed to step back in certain ways, right? And I'm also seeing this King of Swords triggering this 4 of Pentacles here too, which is all about feeling like, you know, whatever resources you have aren't enough and you kind of have to hold on for dear life and like clutch down, like, okay, I'm not going to spend any money or exert any energy or show myself at all because it's not enough. So you're having these deeply protective energies coming in with this King of Swords in the middle. Now, it doesn't have to be an air sign, but it's somebody who maybe is a little bit curt, who is a little bit, they just want to like talk all the time. They want to like have energy moving at you all the time. And it's just kind of harsh. It can come off as harsh and, you know, even if it's misunderstood. So one thing to keep in mind, we want to continue for you guys to do self-care and to slow down and listen in, especially with the 12th house energy that is working at you here before your birthday. Anybody who's triggering a sense of blindness or of worthlessness, anybody who's making you feel like you can't move and you can't spend or you don't have the energy, take a step back from those people, right? The other way to look at this, sometimes our rational mind is a really great tool. We can come up with a logistical plan for how to move forward and it's all good. It can also turn into our worst enemy and we can start overthinking things. We can start overanalyzing things. There is such a thing as being too rational, where you stop feeling through the process vibrationally, right? That's the other way to look at this. But however, what I'm seeing is you guys needing to just keep protecting your energy because it's important this time of year for you. It's truly very important. Because here's what's going on. As we hit the middle of the month, as we have Mercury going direct on the 15th, and we have the new moon, and energy's really going to start pouring into Taurus by the middle of the month. You're really going to be feeling that shift before the sun even hits there. We have a whole shift in your energy going on here. Judgment, Knight of Swords, so another Swords energy, and the Ace of Cups. So this is the perfect card for what the note was for you, which is that you are shifting your energy. Same for Scorpio. You and Scorpio this month are doing this whole thing. You know, opposite signs often have a symbiotic experience on either side of the spectrum, you know. But, you know, Judgment is about coming up from underground and being reborn. It's about releasing old wounds, old pains, old fears, old haunts, old beliefs, and feeling released from them and reborn. It's really good energy, but it takes a lot, actually. I mean, you will want more rest. You will want more meditation. You will want to take the time to feel this, because when Judgment shows up, I love this card, but I have to say, it can sometimes be surprising how much rest you need. It can sometimes be surprising how much this kind of psychic work will demand physical energy as well. So once again, be patient with yourselves, because you're coming up and out from a whole energetic cycle. You're prepping for birthday season. You're prepping for a new year. You're prepping for a fresh start. And for some reason, this Swords energy, I mean, some of you maybe are involved with an air energy. You know, somebody, once again, you know, or working with an air energy, because these two came out like one on top of the other like this. And the Knight of Swords is even more rash than the King of Swords. The Knight of Swords will just cut in there and not even think about what they're saying. You know, they won't even take the time to think about what they're going to say before they say it, right? Now, it's a breath of fresh air, and they're willing to move forward. However, your healing and your release, it's deeply tied to how these people are kind of working at you. I don't know. That's really interesting. I do think a big part of this is that somehow your rational mind keeps wanting to take over this process, this energetic shift. It's like your rational mind wants to come up with a list of this is the process and this is how it's going to go. Your soul is having none of that. It's like, no, you need to slow down. You need to look internal. You need to rest. You need to allow this shift in your energy. I tell you what, this is the kind of month, and I told this to Scorpio too, actually, but it's true for you guys as well. You look in the mirror at the beginning of April and you look at the mirror at the end of April, and I swear you will see like a different being. You know, the way your eyes light up and just how you're seeing, it's going to be totally different. And there's where the Ace of Cups comes in, right? We come out of kind of this harsher, heavier, bigger energy that does take a lot of energy, but is very freeing. And it brings you into this fullness, this beautiful new beginning, right? And to me, yes, for some of you, this is a new relationship, right? Of course. And I'm getting, this isn't going to be obviously true for all of you, but I'm just having like this crazy, I'm looking at these cards, Gemini energy. Some of you have Gemini or Libra energy around you. But it's more than just that. For some of you, yes, this is going to be a new relationship. But this is emotional soul renewal as well. This is feeling much more like your cup is full again. You know how you've maybe been feeling a little bit drained. You've been working through where you want to put your boundaries, who you want to deal with, what's okay for you. When I see the Ace of Cups, what I see is that you now feel full again, full enough to be able to show up to projects again, full enough to now be able to get back involved in things that maybe you had to step back from, full enough to consider new pathways forward where you were so tired before. It wasn't necessarily so easy to see the bigger picture. Now I'm seeing that for you. Let's look at the last four cards. They're amazing. Emperor, the Lovers, Page of Pentacles, the Fool. Okay, so yeah, obviously some of you, Aries, I know one Taurus who definitely has an Aries in her life. And there is a deep connection between your neighbors, Aries and Gemini, right? But especially Aries and Taurus, you guys you got something special going on there. Okay. So some of you may be committing with an Aries or even Gemini. But this is also about new directions in life. All of this is. This is all about really opening up a road. I don't think a lot of you even saw this road. You won't see this road till the end of this month. You just won't see it. Like, this is all brand new paths. The Emperor is the initiator. This is a leader. This is somebody who steps up and they see their path. They know the path they want to forge, and they're going to forge it. Right? And the Lovers is about balance. It's about finding a healthy balance. It's about communication. It's about checking in. It is also about passion and new beginnings. The union of two entities, two chemical compounds. What does it look like when you create something new with that, right? This is all fresh beginning energy. This is all the spring energy showing up in this reading. So crazy. And the thing is that this opening, this road, I mean, seriously, for those of you wanting to start businesses or move into a new house or do something that's like on the practical, physical, material level, the Page of Pentacles and the Fool, man, there it is. Those projects are starting to happen for you. Big time. Page of Pentacles always brings in the material, practical side of support for change. Not just the ideas, not just the soul level, but like, oh, here's an infusion of some money. Oh, here's some more clients. Oh, here's the road forward. And the Fool is a reminder. What was I saying about the fact that I think for some reason your intellect is going to want to get in there and mess around with things? Because the way that the reading came out is we have, through the center of this, we have the King of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the Lovers. These are all air energies. This is a Gemini card. These are all air energies. They're all about the intellectual, which, like I said, for some of you, you really have some air sign action in your life, whether that's somebody that you're committing to or people you're working with or whatever. But it's also the rational mind wanting to take over the process and wanting to have all the answers in a rational, formulaic way. The Fool is the final reminder that all this soul work you've been doing and all this renewal you've been doing, it has a certain element of trust to it. You got to kind of trust in yourself a little bit. The rational mind is going to want to take that trust away. It doesn't want to work on trust. Rational mind does not work on trust. Rational mind works on results, on lists, on, honestly, a lot of ego stuff. Our rational mind wants to protect us. Ego wants to protect us. And so it comes up with these parameters for what's possible. Well, in this whole big journey with your rebirth energetically, you're being asked to just remember that there is an element of trust here. You are having new beginnings. I mean, you have the Ace of Cups, you have the Emperor, you have the Page of Pentacles, you have the Fool, you have the Lovers. All 5 of those cards are like energetic infusions for you to step into the next thing, step into the next project, step into the next lifestyle. And it's showing up here, right? And it's really exciting. And I think a lot of you are going to be starting new relationships. You're going to be venturing into new territory in your businesses. And you're going to be getting the opportunity to make a big shift. Just be patient with yourself, though. Like I said, this whole month is going to be this big expansion thing. By the time we hit that full moon in Scorpio, though, you're going to know what's going on. You're going to have a much better sense of what's going on. And it's going to be really quite magical for you. So, with that being said, I'm going to leave it at that. I feel really good about Taurus energy this month. I think it's going to be really fun to watch and see and support you guys through this. Because I just see really great results coming from some of this slow down 12th house energy before we hit your birthdays. So I have my tribe around me. I have, of course, PinkLune, like I said, my Taurus. And she's giving you 15% off. Check out her store. I'm going to leave all that info in the description box. And also my beautiful friend Jill, my fellow Leo. She does amazing paintings just filled with light and love. And she's another one of these spiritual leaders in the world who makes such a big impact. And I'm leaving her info as well. These are people that I really love in my life. and I believe in their mission, and that is why they're here with me, because I love them and I love their work, and I'm filled with joy to share it with you all. So that's all going to be there. My website, my email. Obviously, I want to work with you via Skype, phone, pre-recorded reading. I'm doing sessions in April. I would love to connect with you. Follow me on Instagram at @thesaratarot. I'll leave that in the description box as well. Just check it all out. There's all the goodies in there. And I love you guys. I appreciate you so much. You have no idea. And I will see you in May for more Taurus celebrations and more birthdays. Mwah.